What's good, y'all? Derrick Jaxn here. So first off, before I even get started, let me just thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for supporting my new, actually forthcoming book, Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other. I truly appreciate it. All right, so recently I was having a live chat and the topic came up about my reaction to B. Simone's video, the comedian woman, who was talking about how women basically need to bring to the table what it is they're asking for. And one of those things that she said is that, women, you can't be asking for a man who got all this money and you broke and disgusted and so on and so forth. And there were a lot of dudes who were basically co-signing, saying that's facts, that's truth. I'm glad somebody said it. And what I said was, well, that's highly hypocritical because on one hand, y'all saying that, but on the other hand, you saying if a woman is successful and all that, you really don't care. At least according to what I've heard and what a lot of other people have heard, some viral videos and all that good stuff, right? Now, since then, there's been some conversation just off of that little piece. And basically the conversation is that Derrick basically said a man is trash if he don't care about a woman's success, or a man should care about a woman's success, or whatever, something to that nature. And let me just say this, when it comes to that, there are two things wrong with that conversation. Neither of them are a man's preferences. When we're talking about preferences, and I want everybody to understand this, we're out of the arena of ethics, unless you're talking about underage or something like that. But when it comes to preferences, it's like saying somebody's wrong for liking the color green. That's not what's wrong. What's wrong is the hypocrisy. But this time, the hypocrisy that I'm referring to is, on one hand, we have a lot of guys who stand very firm on that whole, oh, it don't matter what a woman has achieved, or, what type of degree she got, what type of money she got, what business she started. But then on the other hand, we have a lot of men, and I venture to say most men, that expect today's women to pay at least some of the bills, if not half the bills. And in some cases, all the bills in a relationship. So my whole thing is you can't have it both ways. Again, we're not talking about right or wrong, like what you like, but it's inconsistent. And that's contrary to a lot of these dudes out here talking about how logical they are and, emotional women are. Well, it's highly inconsistent for you not to care about a woman's success and the money that she got, but then want to care whenever it's time for her to pay some of the bills. Like, you can't even afford some of the preferences that you got before we can even talk about whether or not it's problematic or toxic or what have you. And I'm not saying it's cool if a man got money or is smart or is wise for a woman to get with a man just because he got enough money to not care about her success. Put it like this. If I was into gambling and into putting $100,000 bets on a Little League football game, of course that's irresponsible. But if I only got $5 in my pocket, first off, before we can even talk about the ethics and the morals of the situation, I need to get more money before I start talking like that. So as a man, you cannot be talking about how you don't care about a woman's success and you don't care about a woman's money if you're not getting off your mama's couch and out of her basement until you find a woman who got some money. First off. But that's not even the most important part of what I'm gonna talk about today. Most important part I'm gonna talk about is really directed at the women. Ladies, let me be real with y'all. The truth is, many men, if not most men, don't care about your success. That sucks to even say. I'm not proud of that at all. But let's qualify that a little bit more. If a man doesn't care, because this don't apply to all men, if a man doesn't care about your success, what you've achieved, what you've worked hard for, how much you studied, or all of that stuff, if he don't care about what you've done before the relationship, how much is he going to care about your achievements during the relationship? How much is he going to show up for you? Be your number one fan, buy that first product of your business, help you get some inventory, help you make note cards to help you study the night before your finals exam to get that master's degree or that doctorate or whatever. How much is that man going to meet your emotional needs for support in a relationship? You see, when this conversation comes up, there's a lot of surface level, elementary dialogue, even from people who look the part, sound the part, and all of that. Is really basic, but let's be a little bit more intelligent about it. The truth is, many men, if not most men, don't care, but a man who can meet your emotional needs in a relationship does. He does care about your achievements. He does care about what you've accomplished. However, that doesn't mean he's going to make the decision to be with you strictly based off that. Just like women, men make the decision of who they're going to be with based on how whatever they've done in their personal life translates over into the relationship. So if you're successful, but it translates over into you thinking you can belittle him, or you not knowing how to transition from boss lady at work to being his loving, soft, feminine wife at home. Like, if you don't understand that transition and how to translate all of that you're doing in your personal life over to value in a relationship, no, he's not going to want to be with you. But again, I would go so far as to say, ladies, y'all let me know, confirm or deny. The same thing goes for y'all. Let me qualify women on this one as well. Real women with some real character. If a man got bread and he's rich and he's famous and all of this other stuff, but he's also an abuser, he's also a narcissist, he's also manipulative, entitled, he feels like he owns you, he feels like he's entitled to multiple of you, like you should chase him like he the prize, how attractive is that man? Probably not very much, because all of that he got going on doesn't translate in a valuable way in a relationship. So again, a more intelligent approach to this whole topic of whether or not a man cares about is men who can meet your emotional needs do care. One of the core emotional needs for a woman, 9 core emotional needs, by the way, is support, both on a professional and a personal level. That man will not meet your need. In fact, you don't even need data and graphs and statistics to know from experiences that at best that man will be apathetic to the things that you achieve in a relationship. If not, threatened by them. If not, insecure about it. If not, trying to challenge you and compete with you and box you in. So we really don't have to talk about most. Talking about that is honestly pointless. Like, even if most men did care about your accomplishments and your money and your achievements and all of that, you're only gonna be with one of them. And that one needs to be able to meet your emotional needs. That's not an emotional statement, that's science, that's logic, that's sociology. Any highly respected clinical psychologist, marital therapist, they all agree that the quality of a relationship is directly contingent on the amount of emotional needs consistently being met. One of those emotional needs for both men and women is support, 9 core emotional needs. If you want to know more about that and how to meet those consistently in a relationship, especially for somebody who's ever been through something, ever been hurt, then I highly advise you to click the link down below in the caption or in my bio and get my book, Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other. It's not available to everybody else, but I'm making it available for 500 people at half off at the link below. But the moral of the story is this. Matter of fact, I won't even say moral of the story. Like a lot of y'all, I've noticed that with the increase of women these days who have risen the standards on themselves, from self-loving and taking care of yourselves in relationships or whatever, to also raising the standard in your professional lives, there's also been a directly correlative rise in people with this whole "let me humble you" rhetoric. Everything good that you do is either for naught, it's pointless, or it counts against you. And let me say this, it don't matter if a man has a lot of status, if a man has a lot of money, if a man has a lot of options, if he does not have a lot of character. That's what defines a man. That's what defines a man. If you can replace everything that that man brings to the table with a couple of sex toys and a bag of money, you better off eating at that table alone. So don't let your fear of singleness have you settling for stupid, ladies. And I mean that respectfully. So those are just my thoughts though. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Again, Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other. My new book, my 10th book, is available now at the link in the caption only. I'll let y'all be good. Peace.